Facebook, which team has had the best draft so far? And while we're talking about this, you can check out some tweets presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar. Daniel Jeremiah, who I know we all trust, can be the first tweet that you see. Let's start with David Carr because DJ loves what the Giants did, and I think you do too.
I do, and probably for personal reasons. But I think that the biggest thing, I'm going to get that right there first, right, before I start talking about the players. But Lorenzo Carter, good defensive end, B.J. Hill, good defensive tackle. But I think the biggest thing that they did was they proved that you can go out there and get Saquon Barkley, who is a guy that running backs can't get too high. You can't pick him to. Ezekiel Elliott was picked up high. He had some good production. I think this guy's a fantastic football player. But then you add Will Hernandez, a guard from UTEP, who's an angry, big, strong
Might be the second best guard in the draft.
Yeah, I really think that he's a good football player, and you put him next to Nate Solder, and now you have an offensive line that can actually protect Eli and give Saquon some running lanes and get the ball to Odell Beckham and all these weapons. So I'm really happy with what the Giants did.
Reg?
I got to go with the Cleveland Browns, man. I love what they're doing. I love the aggressiveness that they've had in this free agency period. I know we're only talking draft, but I'm looking at the bigger picture, man. And I love the fact, listen, they got the quarterback, they got Baker Mayfield, a guy who they feel like is going to be the future for them. Denzel Ward, so they're shoring up that secondary, and they've had
kind
some
of a surprise pick there, but a very good player.
Because a lot of people thought Bradley Chubb would have been the natural pick. And then they got Nick Chubb, my guy, who I love. I love watching this kid play. Him and Sony Michel single-handedly beat OU in that bowl game. And this guy runs with just very similar to maybe a Leonard Fournette or Darius Geis, but he just runs with passion. He runs hard. He's low center of gravity. Breaks a lot of tackles. He got a lot of reps, obviously, at the University of Georgia. But I love what Cleveland is doing. And then they also picked up Jarvis Landry, Tyrod Taylor, Demarius Randall, Carlos. They got so many guys. And listen, there's no more excuses for this team not to win games because they have all the pieces now. So now it's on the coaching. They have to go out there and get the job done.
Very active in free agency. There was a common theme among the guys that they drafted. Most of those guys had overcome some type of adversity, whether it's Nick Chubb with the injury, whether it was Baker Mayfield who walked on at two different colleges. They just outworked everybody.
Some character.
No doubt. Charlie?
Yeah, I agree. Both those teams have done well. There's a lot of teams that have done well. I'm going to talk about the Chicago Bears. Now, first of all, Roquan Smith.
I like him.
On path to the draft, we had to pick a defensive rookie of the year without knowing what team he's going to be on. This was my rookie of the year. Why? He's instinctive. He's athletic. He can fly around. He's a three-down linebacker. So that's number one. Now, you go to offense. What did they try to do in the offseason? Improve that offense and help your quarterback, Trubisky, okay? James Daniels. They've got he's your center, a good zone center from Iowa. Now you take your center, Cody Whitehair, you move him to left guard. Now all of a sudden you really have solidified the inside of that Long with Long coming back from surgery. You bring Anthony Miller at wide receiver from Memphis. Quick, fast guy, can get open. Now, what do you have at wide receiver now? You brought in Allen Robinson. Okay, you've got Tyler Gabriel in the slot. You've got Miller. Maybe even Kevin White plays one of these years, okay? And now you're really good. And you brought Trey Burton as your receiving tight end. So you've continued, like Cleveland, what you'd started in free agency. You've got three really good picks here. And now all of a sudden your offense starts to look good because your defense played pretty darn good last year.